In today's video, I ride American Airlines' brand new A321XLR on its very first day in service. This new aircraft promises to unlock routes not previously served, but for now it's flying between Los Angeles and New York JFK. Are these narrow-body jets comfortable to fly on? Does it feel like a downgrade from a 777 or 787 Dreamliner? Well, I'm aboard to check out their new Flagship Business Class, and it's fair to say I have a lot of thoughts about it. Let's go flying. Welcome to LAX Terminal 4, the home of American Airlines. And it's quite a scruffy home as of late. There's a much-needed $1.6 billion rebuild of the terminal happening over the next couple of years. And I've got to say, I'm not sorry to see these old concourses turn to rubble, but it does make our journey today a little less easy. Bag drop and check-in is still in Terminal 4, but with a large portion of it closed, some domestic flights are actually leaving from the Tom Bradley International Terminal, which means I'm not going to stop by the Flagship Lounge here at Terminal 4. The fact that we'll be leaving from the international terminal is not a bad thing. It's just a 5-minute walk, and it gives me an excuse to visit, in my opinion, the best lounge here at LAX. I've had an extension of my British Airways Gold status under their paternity policy, so I still get access to this wonderful Qantas First Class lounge, which I first featured on the channel 10 years ago now. And if that fact makes me feel old, the lounge certainly doesn't. Very little has actually changed here since then, and while it's probably due for a refurb, I still think this is a top-tier lounge, with only the rather dull positioning and lack of apron views a real downside. It's a big space, but it still feels quite exclusive, especially so early in the day before all the long-haul departures in the evening. I've never seen it so empty. A free, full-service restaurant is the highlight of the lounge, and while I've been feeling very adventurous lately, for old time's sake I went with the classics. I had the salt and pepper squid, wine, a cocktail, and the chipotle butter steak just as I did in 2016, with everything served from a long bar and an open kitchen. There is some self-service alcohol here, but I have to resist, and my order at the bar was just for a coffee, as I prepared to take on nearly 6 hours of flying. You know, I love my job 99% of the time, but getting 3 drinks in and getting into that nice, cozy, fuzzy place, and then realising I've got to sober up, really hits home. But my job today is to show you this brand new Airbus A321XLR. It's the first one with any North American carrier, and it's due to land in about 10 minutes. And here she is. This is the first ever Airbus A321XLR of American Airlines, landing at LAX. This is the inaugural flight from JFK, and while there is no party at the gate for us, there were a lot of AA senior staff around to make sure everything went smoothly. This aircraft will fly transcontinental flights before heading to Edinburgh to fly between there and New York JFK for the summer season, which is exactly the kind of secondary, thin route the XLR was designed for. Seeing all these wonderful aircraft at the long-haul gates reminds me of everywhere I've been in the last few years. Did you know each year I use a few cool tricks to save over £1,000 on my travel costs? How? Well, today's video sponsor is Surfshark, an award-winning VPN. Surfshark have sponsored the channel for several years now because it's the ideal product for someone who travels a lot like me. It helps me spoof my location to wherever is convenient for me. Even when I'm buying tickets at home here in the UK, I can pretend to be somewhere else. Some airlines price their fares by geography. Some airlines only sell the cheapest domestic flights to people they think are booking inside that country, and many airlines accept different currencies. And with American, that really matters.
Just take these business class fares on the middle of the day departures on the A321XLR. The base fare is $2,066 one way. But if you switch Surfshark to, say, Colombia, you can force payment in pesos and make the website stick with it, saving $12 or so here thanks to the currency fluctuations. And if you're buying from India, well, there's bad news. There is a huge markup on these flights. Anyone paying in rupees is spending about $300 too much. Now, you might not think that that particular saving is particularly massive, but let me tell you, Surfshark costs less than a cup of coffee per month, all to green screen yourself in somewhere that you're not. Just look at these prices. The maths adds up for me, and it will probably add up for you too. For all of this and more, including staying safe and private online, go to surfshark.com/winginit or use code WINGINIT at checkout for 4 extra months for free of Surfshark VPN.
Okay, here we go, brand new jet, the very first North American A321XLR, and we're off to New York, JFK. Hi.
Let me know how you guys like it.
I hope it's good.
You're gonna like it.
I guess you can read it off the MCU with the people. Area weather. Yes, for area weather, it says you feel
Flagship Business Class is in a 1-1 configuration, with premium economy and economy toward the middle and rear of the aircraft. And I'm in seat 1A today, which is just like all the others, recessed a long way into what feels like a tight alcove. But we'll get to that. I really do like that American has moved away from the boring grey of their old cabins. There are lots of visual details to enjoy here, from the gentle lighting to the choice of all the colours. This tan headrest looks great, like something you'd find in an upmarket car rather than an office. The use of colours feels quite deliberate, and it definitely feels the airline put a lot of effort into this, and it looks great.
Yes, welcome aboard the new A321XLR, and this is the new flagship business product. You've got 20 seats up here in the front part of the aircraft, and I've got to say it's very pleasant, but it is also very cozy, and noticeably so compared to American's new business class that they've been debuting on the 787 aircraft.
These A321XLRs have also been fitted with overhead air vents, which is a huge plus for me. I really value these, even though they're such a small detail.
Well, colour me surprised, we do have a pre-departure drink, even if it is in a plastic glass. Cheers, and here's to a great flight.
Perfect. And where is the data?
Let's go.
As we climb and turn back on ourselves to head east, let me tell you, I am something of a veteran of narrow-body aircraft with full business class suites. These A321s are the medium-term future of aviation, as airlines move and attempt to serve longer, thinner markets reliably and efficiently. All narrow-body business class seats have trade-offs, but I have to say, this AA Flagship suite is my least favourite of all, and a fair way behind JetBlue's offering. The thing is, this seat is just so tight, and unlike other herringbone seats on the A321, the dark colours here make this feel premium but claustrophobic. The closing doors weren't in operation due to awaiting certification, but you don't need them anyway. You know what I think, they're a gimmick. But it's still annoying they weren't certified and I couldn't show them to you. What's more, you can't have the screens deployed during taxi or takeoff, so there's no gate-to-gate entertainment, and get this, AA's own guidelines say they will not serve you at all and will ignore you if the screen is deployed. I'm serious, so that's your TV away for your meal, which could be an hour or so. I really didn't like the lack of elbow space when sitting up in these seats, and I consider the concept really flawed. It looks beautiful, but if I'm flying 8 hours Edinburgh to New York, I want to be comfortable. Wouldn't you? All of that said, I like to think I'm fair. What there is here still is good use of storage space, and there's even a laptop storage slot by the seat I didn't notice when I flew, which is useful and impressive. There is no large console storage area, but if you are in row 1, you could at least put some soft items up on the bulkhead monument just here. Elsewhere, there's charging, which thank goodness includes USB-C fast chargers, and the screen does tilt nicely to cater for different passenger heights, and it allows you to recline and still watch in comfort. The best thing about this seat I've already mentioned, the aesthetic. It is beautiful. Every material, lamp and colour has been themed to make this feel like a premium space. My favourite feature is this oddly backlit cocktail stand, which is really cool. I'm just kind of sad. It's really a shame this seat didn't get the trade-offs right when it comes to seated comfort, and I'm really confused as to how they signed off on a seat where you can't be served if you're watching something and you'll be ignored if you do. Hopefully that changes soon. The flight, however, is about to improve. I found American Airlines does not have a good reputation for its food, but the menu, which was available online a month before travel, intrigued me, and I pre-ordered the most tricky main course on the menu to really test them. None of the drinks really excited me, and I'd really like AA to try focusing on local wines. California produces a lot of it. Have a bit of pride. The meal service begins, without the TV of course, with a side salad and miso sweet potato tower. This was actually superb. It looked and tasted like something on a high-ranking Asian carrier. Top marks for this. This is one of the best starters I've had in the air, ever. I ordered the sea bass for Maine. Now fish can dry out quickly in aircraft ovens and, well, I've got to say, this was also superb. Perfectly done, a main which was both light and hearty in equal measure. I close with the AA Classic Custom Sundae made to order. One point of frustration with narrow bodies is the number of lavatories. One between 20 passengers in business class isn't ideal, but 3 between 135 in premium and economy is not great. Other operators like Qantas are already fitting extra bathrooms in their XLRs in economy in response to passenger feedback. Really, there isn't too much to write home about with the business class bathroom. I really think a small bit of decoration like a synthetic flower or a more lively trim goes a long way. American have gone for mostly plain grey in here, and in terms of decoration, there is just a vinyl cloud thing on the wall. This really doesn't carry the same premium feel as the smart business class cabin does. I really wish they'd done a bit more with this. Like most carriers in America, AA has a stack of entertainment on hand, and the 17-inch screens can be operated by touch or by the in-seat remote. Both were very responsive. American Airlines also gives the best headphones in the sky, bar none. These Bang & Olufsen ones cannot be beat. The Wi-Fi was chargeable when I flew, but it has actually recently gone free for AA Advantage members. All you need to do is sign up for an account for free, and that's a very welcome recent step. The speeds weren't bad either. One area the seat does fine in is bed mode. At 78 inches, about 2 meters long, it's a decent length, and the bedding provided is very comfortable. The shoulder and elbow tightness is not present when laid down. Overall, as a bed, it is fine, though I still find it weirdly claustrophobic down here, and I'm beginning to wonder if I'd been better off going premium economy, which is a really lovely seat that has had great feedback, by the way. As we close in on New York, it's time for a familiar pre-landing snack, the American Airlines warmed cookie, and a brief look at the amenity kit. I'm really surprised these survived airline cost-cutting measures during COVID. AA's is fairly unremarkable, though I do love the orange case. We're now on final approach to New York JFK. So, what's the verdict? Now look, this isn't a popular opinion, but I actually really enjoy flying American Airlines for the most part, and I was really excited to fly this XLR, having had a taste of their brilliant premium 787-9 suites just a few days before, and of course a review on that will be posted quite soon. The XLR Flagship Business Class seat, however, is deeply flawed, and as I and many others have concluded, it is simply uncomfortable. And that's just too bad, given the otherwise stellar service, great food, free Wi-Fi now in play, and good mileage earning rates in most oneworld programs. All that said, this aircraft is going to reach new markets and provide direct flights to otherwise unserved places. If I lived in Edinburgh, would I fly it on the only direct flight to New York, savouring several hours and the hassle of changing planes somewhere? I might. And that really is the power of the A321XLR, in my view the most interesting airliner entering service with numerous airlines. Don't forget, go to surfshark.com/wingin for 4 extra months for free of Surfshark VPN. But for now, cheers, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.